And those are all the new releases. Oh, sorry guys. This is the welcome to the live stream. Welcome to the Scale Builders Guild. I was just talking with all the insiders on the, we had a special half-hour pre-stream live stream for YouTube members. So, sorry you missed all of that. Welcome, everyone. Please check in. Let me know where you're watching from. And what's your Friday looking like that you're hanging out with me? I took this opportunity because I knew Josh wouldn't be doing one because he still doesn't have a live working internet yet. So we just be hanging out today. Josh is not allowed here. This is a Josh-free zone. We are all just doing our thing tonight. And I had a couple of ideas for what we could do tonight. We could do show and tell, and you could just ask me questions, and I could show you trucks or buggies or builds in progress or whatever that I've got here, and you can check all that stuff out. I could do a little bit of styrene work, if that's of any interest to you. Didn't I just see you? Building my rat rod and drinking beers. Yeah, exactly. Who needs Josh? I'll be listening, but I gotta take a shower. Don't be weird about it. Too late. Too late. Custom? Melbourne, Australia. Thanks for checking in. Love it. Your Friday night was great. Yeah. Wow. Philippines too. Wow. That's awesome. Wild. How is H2D printer treating you? So very good. I'll tell you 1 second. Let's talk and hear jokes. They are doing phenomenally well. I've got 2 of them. One is the full function 40-watt laser plotter cutter thing. Printer as well. Dual extruding nozzles, the whole beans. And then the second one is the more basic one that didn't come with a laser and can't accept the laser because it doesn't have the right panels. But yeah, they're great. I love them both. And I needed them for that special project because I needed volume, 1, and I needed speed, 2. So it was very important to have 2 of them going at the same time because I had to print 4 of those Tundra bodies, and each one took about 150 to 200 hours to print, which is wild. Matt on a Friday. Yes, I'm here, Dana. Hello. Come solder some BECs for me. Pass. What sales do the hobby shops have on Toronto to Barrie? Well, they'll follow any of the same sales that like Horizon is hosting or Traxxas, whatever they've got going on, whatever promotions they have, we have those as well. Newcastle, Ontario, right on. Speaking of styrene, sorry I spelt that wrong, but what size tubing do you use for exo cages? Well, I don't use styrene for any sort of cage. It will not hold up to any kind of abuse. But if you are looking to use actual metal, then I have all this tubing from Stock Car Steel, and I think it's like what? This is the 3/16 OD? I can't remember exactly. Josh is the metal guy. I don't even have a TIG welder yet, but that's what I use for cages. And then I use his bending tool to bend that stuff because it's just tube. This is a great tool. You should definitely order this from Senkut's End, from his shop. It's amazing and so worth having because it bends good. Would you know where I could find a good crawler shock building tutorial? I'd follow the instructions. I don't do anything special. In most cases, that seems to be good enough for me. There's nothing really to it. You don't have to, like, it's not like a race shock. We don't have this same sort of fluid dynamics or physics in crawling that I think we have in racing. I think you'll be fine just building them as per the manual. Got my stickers. Thanks, Matt. Well, I was doing this in the pre-stream for every time somebody got their stickers, so... Talking about making it weird. How about a little styrene work and tell us what caused you to dive deep into the scale RC? Well, we can certainly do that, for sure. H2D is what made the big Toyotas. Yes. Oh, never mind. When are you and Jerps playing with your Bobcats? We made a plan for that, and I have it in my calendar. So I think it's... when is it? It's... I think I'm going to do that November 1st, after I get back from Japan. Maybe we can move some snow. Welcome to not being on the toilet. Train guy from N-Scale Dystopia. No. I'll have to check that guy out. I did tell people about another channel that I just found called Steve Rondina. R-O-N-D-I-N-A. He's got some very nice scale videos. Very reminiscent of what I do. So that's probably why it appealed to me so much. But yeah, go check it out. Wait, Friday Night Live now? I'm really confused. Which one is Matt and which one is Josh? I'm not Josh. Got my stickers. Yes. Please work. So embarrassing when it doesn't work. There it goes. Glad you got them. Thanks for the support. Live? Yes, Sweaty. So live. Holy cow, 14 months racing case. Well done. Do you know of a Lexan paint that is close to the wine red limited VP wheels? Well, I don't have any of those wheels handy, but I'll bet you $1 that... I don't know what the Traxxas equivalent of this metallic red is, but that or that might get close. This metallic red is actually a little darker than it's showing on this can. So you could back that with black and it would probably get pretty close to that wine. So that would be what I would do. Give that a go. Is that tattoo on your right wrist a clitoris? Yep. You got me. No. What, this one? It's a wedding ring. It's hard to see because my watch is in the way. God. Skin twists around. It's not meant to go that way. It's a wedding ring. Clitoris. Amazing. Buy me an H2S and I'll help you do some prints. I'm good. Between the X1C and the two H2Ds, I've got plenty of printing capabilities. 3/16 styrene tube works well for interior cages. Yes, if you're doing an interior. Is this where we're at? Good Lord. 3/16 DOM hydraulic tubing. That's all you need, brah. And when you get that, you can get those little Vanquish tube end knob things that Josh made. 3/16 has a new RC10 been announced since this started? I wouldn't be surprised if there was. You know what? I almost brought down the Masami RC10 to build that tonight. But then I remembered that the manual was written by somebody who didn't have the car in front of them. So I'm seriously not considering ever building that on a live stream, because that would just be the worst. Holy cow, am I that far behind? Dom, because family. Yes, absolutely, things could be said. Any word or hints of anything interesting coming out of Tamiya under the new leadership? No comment. But I think they're here to stay. Matt just buys rigs now and not really building anymore. I just spent March until September building 4 gigantic Tundras. Doesn't that count? Ah, that's a good one. Dravtech for shock building. That's a good call. Guys from Deluxe have a good shock tutorial as well. That's true. Got my stickers too. My stickers showed up today too. This is gonna be great. I can feel it already. Yeah. Worm drive gears on crawling like the Nightcrawler axles. Well, we have pretty sophisticated ESCs that have excellent drag brakes now, so this is not really necessary. I would say I don't have any thoughts, but if I did, it would be to not use them. I got my stickers last Friday. Fantastic. That's great news. Okay, last one. Before people leave the stream. That's great. I love it. Thank you, guys. Wearing a hat, Tony will be happy. Build-off idea. Take that stupid plane and make it a crawler. Oh, or a boat. I could see it being a boat very quickly anywhere. Submarine. Matt is the hat guy. When are you making more stickers? Probably not. Well, maybe just before Christmas we could do another run. You'll have to give me some jokes to work with. 5-layer hat guy, right? That Landy behind you is sweet. By Landy, do you mean Land Cruiser? Thank you. This is Richard Turks and Jerps built this one. Oh, he's moving pink. Is that where I was? Matt has internet. Everyone is so great. Agreed. How do I get those stickers? Well, Chris, you have to be on social media to know when they're coming out. I usually put out like a little, hey, they're coming out in a week, and then I do a special release for forum members and insiders, and then they get usually released at like 11 o'clock on either a Thursday or a Friday, and then they are available until they aren't, and then we ship them all out and people get them. So you'll have to wait until the next time we do that and keep your eye on social media. I am so far behind. I'm 5 minutes behind now. Oh my God. Are the stickers for membership? No, anybody can buy them. When's that TIG machine coming? Good question, Frank. Josh gave me the model number of the one I have to order, so I think I'm just going to order it. I presume now, though, because I now need to finish 2 more projects for Toyota, that I'm going to need to keep both of the H2Ds for a little while longer. Once that project is done, then I will clear out space and get the TIG. You must not have went to the test drive because you're still in the basement. That's tomorrow. That's tomorrow morning. So we'll see how next week goes. Thoughts on Spektrum's new radios? Well, I did review the DXC Plus just yesterday on What's on the Bench. I think if you are deeply entrenched in the Horizon/Spektrum world and you've got, say, more models than you want to have radios, then just having one radio that will do all of those tasks is good. I think it's a good feature to add, and the pricing is pretty reasonable on this specific model. The IXSR is also going to have dual protocol, and that radio is obviously much more expensive, but of course much more feature rich. The fact that they're making this a 12-channel radio but not having the ability to actually like control 12 separate channels is a bit of a fake out, because they want you to do like some pretty sophisticated mixing, like, you know, get all your lights on, 6 channels worth of lights on one button is basically it. But nice update to this radio. I still really like this this overall kind of look and feel. It's a little harder to control one-handed than I would love, but it's still pretty good. And the fact that it's still analog buttons and not a touchscreen, I'm all for it. So there you go. 10 minutes behind now. Come on, no way. Hat is the Mac guy. That's right. How do I get SB? We've already answered that, Chris. What are you bringing to Proline by the Fire this year? Nothing, because I'm not going. It's at the worst possible time. It's like the week after I get back from Vegas, and then it's that week that I leave for Japan. So I can't go this year, unfortunately. Why no tortilla? That's a good one. Got my stickers yesterday. Already putting them on my trucks. That's great. Thank you, Chris. Much appreciated. Oh, you're in Hamilton. That's right. I remember now. Seems like your next priority is excavating a sub-basement. Well, I have considered some property renovations here that may give me more space. But that would still be months and months and months away if we do it. You're so far behind that RC10 just re-released your live stream. I find that less and less people are buying Spektrum radios recently. Could that be, Craig, that because most like Horizon branded vehicles come with halfway decent radios? Like the SLT2 isn't terrible. It's not the worst radio in the whole world. Do you think that's what it is? And people are just fine with the RTR radios? Good question, though. I would love to know an answer to that from a retailer. How and where do you store your lipos? I'm building an RC build area and curious how people are storing their lipos. Mine are all in ammo cans, some larger than others, all unsealed, and each ammo can has one of those spherical fire putter outer balls in there. Yeah, that's it. Always at storage voltage, and I charge them always under human supervision. So the chance of something happening to a lipo just sitting there, very rare, but just in case, lots of protection against fires. Will the existing IXSR update to all protocols? Negative. I think it's an actual hardware change. MT12 or DXC Plus? Well, if you love being frustrated all the time by programming, or if alternatively, if you have a very savvy programming mind and you understand how the firmware and software of the MT12 works really well, MT12 is a very powerful radio and can do multi-protocols, can work with a bunch of different receivers if you get that special 4-in-1 version. That's right, yes. Then, that could be a good thing. But if you are less competent in that way and want something a little easier that's a little more plug and play, DXC Plus. Sorry, my eye is very itchy all of a sudden. I know, I wanted to be at PLBTF, Phoenix, but the timing isn't going to work out. It really sucks because I love that event so much. Coyote. Yeah, we could talk about that. Nobody has one yet. No, YouTubers, they don't have them because they're not available yet, I don't think. I think they kind of rushed this release, and I don't think, I haven't seen a single review, so I know that they're not out there. I'm hoping that they're going to send me one because I would love to take it to the Devil's Playground and see how it stacks up. It's great that I've got all of those obstacles mapped out and remember the name of every single one of them. Dartanian, thank you very much. He only charges supervised at 15 amps, unsupervised at 20. DX6C is a great radio too. I wouldn't complain about that one. I have one of those as well. Not dual protocol, but aside from that, it's still great radio. DX5 Pro, also great. Where do you find the fire putter outer ball from? I got mine at the hardware store, I think. They have them on Amazon, though. I don't remember what they're called, but it's a pretty popular thing. I should I feel like I should still have one in here somewhere, but I don't think I do. Because there's nothing flammable in here anymore. It's a software update. Oh, okay. Well, maybe that's the case. Original IXSR is dual protocol with just a firmware update. I did. Oh, fantastic. Okay, that's good to know. I was not aware of that, but that's good news. You got dust in your eyes from the rattle cans. Yeah. Most of my customers are using Fly Sky, Hobby Porter, or Futaba. Okay, fair enough. The only RTR radio I see people using is TQI. That poor TQI radio. Oh, man. Hey, I'm not behind at all. I'm all caught up now. You have a bookcase full of flammable material. No. Don't worry about that. Now you got me thinking. I should probably get one of those fireballs and put it in here. Well, a fire putter outer ball. Fireball probably not available in the US. No, it is. Josh has a bunch too, so they're definitely available. Nothing flammable besides MEK and paint. I also have some pretty flammable chemicals like MEK, of course. Also some butane and some propane tanks. And yeah, so you're right. Maybe I should put a couple of fire putter outer balls in here. Surprise live stream? Sweet. Agreed. I was just like, you know what? Let's just hang out. Let's just not do anything. Fireball tastes like regret and bad decisions. Daniel Hartman, thank you very much. Can I ask, what do you do for a real job? Well, you can ask. I'm a film editor. I work mostly in advertising. I work on a ton of commercials every year. Last year or 2 years ago, I did Anytime Fitness. I did a bunch of Anytime Fitness ads for the Super Bowl, which was pretty great. I've done a ton of Bud Light, Super Bowl stuff in the past. Anything you can think of, I've probably cut it. So yeah, all kinds of fun stuff. But yeah, that's what I do every day. I'm a partner in a company that I've been at for over 10 years now. But before that, I was a partner at another company for 15 years. So I've been doing this for a grand total of just over 25 years. X-rated ads? No, just regular television commercials. For example, I was working on a Heinz ad last week. This week I'm working on a Tim Hortons ad. Before that, what was I doing? It's a blur. They like every week I'm working on something new. Fun fact, Mad Men series is based about Matt's life. Not even close. Not even close. Still lots of drinking, though. Stickers made to Minneapolis. That's excellent. Thank you. Yes, Ejaculoid commercials. Nate, I did work on, not Ejaculoid, but I did work on one for, what was that called? Bedpenis.com? No, bedcarrot.com. That's what it was. It's for bed penis. What's that stupid thing called? It's a drug or a system, not extends. It was bedcarrot.com, but I can't remember what it was. Yeah. bed penis? Yeah, something like that. What was that? I can't remember the name of the medicine. That's weird. I should look it up. But if I do, it's going to be in my algorithm. I'll go private browsing for this. Oh, it doesn't matter. Who cares? Xiaflex. That's what it is. Non-surgical Peyronie's disease. Yeah, if you got Peyronie's in your peanuts. So yeah, I've done all kinds of weird ads over the years. I've done, that was a pretty fun one, but I've done other ones for all kinds of medical things. That seems to be a big thing. Toyota, Ford, Dodge, Lincoln, Mazda, Honda, Kia, Hyundai. I can't think of a car company that I haven't done an ad for, actually. Wait, I've never done a Subaru ad. there you go. Your ad's going to pop up as often as Josh's. Probably. You've probably seen them. Toby, I remember a while back you told us about some commercial you did, and some of the people in the chat went and found the commercial and left good comments. Oh yeah, I remember that. What was that for? That was the ad for Mothers Against Drunk Driving. That's right. That was funny. So mostly speeding up the VO for fine print. No, that's not my job. Oh, sorry, Mazda, where you're from, probably. Mazda. Suzuki, yes. Porsche, no. Lambo, no. Bugatti, no. Volvo, also no. Are you looking for a new SBG merch distribution place? I am. I think I found one, though. And they seem to... I'm going to order a few and check out the quality and the timing and the pricing. And then we'll see how it goes. And then if it's good, then we'll start rolling out new merch. I've got great ideas. I've got some new logos that I'm working on. I think it's going to be fun. This whole time, all my media has been controlled by Matt himself. I'm a very small cog in a very large machine. I should mention. But I've done music videos too, mostly for Canadian bands you've never heard of. Unless you know the Tragically Hip, then I have done something you've worked on. But yes, I've done it all. I've done it all. Come on. There's no way that's true, Nate. Jay, if you want to volunteer your time, I'm more than happy to clientify your work. But yeah, for sure. Do shirts with your bumper sticker slogans. Yeah, we could do some of those for sure. That band name sounds like your wardrobe. Ow. You've never heard of the Tragically Hip? Huge band. Huge. Haven't heard of them since the 90s, yeah, obviously, but they were big in the 2000s still. Tater Tots Pants ad. I did that one too. That's right. The Orida Napoleon Dynamite commercial. That was me. Jay, I know you're a creative guy. I'd love to see what you come up with. I have actually, I think I've got a pretty good alternative logo. There's no way we can get rid of this one. It's a classic. So, yeah. But, yeah. Matt makes the things I hate about TV. Well, broadcast TV, yes. Like live sports still needs commercials. Amazon Prime apparently still needs commercials. Netflix doesn't need commercials, though. I've also worked on short films, documentaries, all kinds of fun stuff. Have I ordered the new HPI Porsche? No, I have not. I've thought about it, but I'm going to wait until my Beatty Designs Porsche is done. You always score with the stickers. Thank you, Jerry. I appreciate that. You can use my Puller Truck graphics royalty-free. Those aren't yours. I did them. My intellectual property. I own those, Matt. Careful with your logos. Don't want to Cracker Barrel yourself. Yeah, exactly. Which is why we can't get rid of this logo. Where? Point better. There. This logo. That one has to stay forever. As long as you don't make ads for online casinos. I did one, but it was a long time ago. Wait, I've done two. Actually, those are really funny. I did a bunch for, remember that weird casino that would sponsor all the weird people? Like, remember they would do streaking onto, like, sports fields and they'd have the logo on the painted onto their back? Who was that? It was a casino, like an online casino back in the day. How long ago was the all red logo? 10 o'clock. Did we do an all red logo? I don't remember that. Palace. Golden Palace. It was Golden Palace Casino. That's the one. I did a bunch of ads for that. Those were awesome. Stencil style. Okay, don't tell me any of your ideas. Just do them. I'll pay you for your time. In a way. I'll pay you cash. I'll give you money. Money is good. All right. Should we actually go and look at... Oh, right. Maybe it does. No, the Ripper has black and red. That was the old one. Unsubscribed. Those were ages ago, though, Jeff. Ages. Yes. Why don't we get the Ripper out? Because I was thinking about the Ripper today. Because I don't... Oh, I also had this guy on the bench. I was showing the other guys on the other stream. Anyway. Land Cruiser. Let's get that Ripper on the table and switch to the other camera. Because this is the benefit of having me on the stream. Is that you get two cameras. Bench cam. Oh, shit. Why isn't it working? It was working just fine. I think this cable is screwed. Hang on a second. I'll get it back. We'll get it back. It doesn't like this cable. I think this cable is broken. Shit. Oh, I saw it there first. There we are. Hello. Move my hand, move my phone. Where's the Ripper? You can still hear me fine, right? You should be able to. Yes. So I was thinking about this guy the other day because soon I'll have an Origin. And does that mean that this is obsolete? I mean, the obvious answer is yes, because it was obsolete pretty much by the time it was made in terms of the chassis and underpinnings. But man, oh man. 2 cameras, 1 host. Bench Cam Soprano series. Oh my God. Sound is good. Okay, thank you. Your Origin arrives tomorrow. Must be nice, Matt. That's great. What was the what did you do again? How did you do what you did? Tell me your configuration again. Yes, obsolete. You have my address. Phoenix said, all red. That's what I thought of too. It's a good logo. It's the sort of the alternate logo. I had that for a while, but I'm looking at doing an entirely different style just to modernize a bit and try something and have a bit of fun and do something different. I spent my Origin funds on a tractor. That's cool. Everything for Rippers on discount page of Vanquish. Yeah, it's true, really, actually. That is a sweet ride. I absolutely love this truck. And as you can see, it does get used. It's quite scratched up along the sides. There's some good dings in the hood and roof. And underside is, as you can see, quite well used. I think there's some rust on those screws because I put it away wet. But yeah, I very much love my Ripper, and it gets used. It's got dig, and I'm running a Castle system in there. Which one? Can we see that? 2850 kV. Yeah. Got the super bright headlights in the front. All the light bars are controlled off of switches. Scale Built, I want to say, Scale Built did a resin dash insert, which looks quite cool in there. It's just the best. I did these like shock reservoirs, and I did do a rebuild at some point. I think since I last drove it, I burnt out the dig servo, but that's fine, whatever, no problem. No, not a Night Customs interior. It's a Yeti interior. No, bomber interior with custom heads from Beetle Lover, who doesn't make them anymore. They're resin cast heads. They're so cool. But yeah, he doesn't make those anymore, which is kind of too bad. And yeah, that's it. Pretty healthy spec'd ripper. I love it. But will I love it any less when the Origin comes? Probably not. Red cage, gray panels, red wheels, gray rings, black axles. I don't hate that. That sounds... The gray panels were my favorite. When I was shooting them for the release video, those gray panels were my absolute favorite. I thought those were the best. Hey, I've seen video of you comping that. That's one use. I comped this? Yes, I did. Did I? I can't remember if I did that or not. What axles are on it? This has F9s? Are these F9s? I can't remember if these are F9s or not. I think that's a Curry F9. Which I don't think it came with originally. Maybe it did. I honestly don't remember. I may have added these after the fact. But yeah, they're pretty clean because those were replaced. That's new. I put this right away wet. That's a good one. Thanks, James. Out of the shower now. Love seeing the Ripper. That was a long shower. Do you live alone? Should be leafed. Oof. Is that what the H10 optic replaced? I would say no. Not really, because this is all machined just like the new Origin is. Like every panel is machined out of a block of aluminum, which is wild. The cage is machined out of a block of aluminum. This was like, Vanquish wanted to show off what they could do, what they were capable of. And that's what they came up with. SCX-10-2 chassis, 3-gear transmission. Yeah, pretty old-timey by today's standards, but the fact that they did this, I think, is more amazing than anything. My internet is being Joshy. I like that. Can't wait for my stickers to show. Have a couple of new trucks that need some SBG love. Well, tag me as soon as you get them, because I'd love to see them. 10-2 F9s. Thank you, Seafart Fire Truck. Welcome to the show. Nice to see you. Axial just did that too. They came up with a truck from 3 years ago. Oof. Yeah. It's a parts bin truck, right? There's no denying that. But there are things about it that I am curious to see if it works. I'll take it out to the devil's ding-dong and we'll put it through its paces. I may have to bring like a Stance RTR or something to compare it against. I think that would be kind of a cool way to do it. So I don't think I have a Stance RTR anymore. They always, it's so funny. The RTRs always get pilfered for either chassis or axles or transmissions or other things that get into other trucks. Like I think Jimmy's buggy has parts of VRD carbon, and then the Rockabilly definitely has Stance RTR parts on it. Yeah, that's just how it goes. RTRs get pilfered or sent to other people as a thank you. I don't remember. Is the Ripper eligible for Axialfest? Yes, it is. Fully eligible, because it is everything that you could do to an SCX-10-2, basically, at the time. So, still fully eligible. Old Flappin' Lips has got an Origin. Should be able to pretty much finish up my Origin build tomorrow. Got the few things I needed for the build. We'll still need to do an interior, but for all intents and purposes, it should be mobile. Excellent. Great. Can't wait to see it. You're supposed to say El Diablo's butthole, right? Okay, I forgot. Yeah, El Diablo's Las Columnas del Diablo. Bougie bumper stickers for the Origin Ripper. My other car is a Ripper. My other car. Oh, that's good. Stealing that idea. That is a good one. Now you got to watch me write it down. RC events. My other car is a Ripper. That is so funny. I might just make a few of those just for myself. That's really good. Thanks, Tall Texan. El Diablo's Ding Dong. Ding Dong. Dong Ding. Every time I put a truck on the bench, it gets all muddy or dirty up here. Somebody needs to show up at Axialfest with the RC10 crawler. Oh my God. I don't want to. I'm so tempted to just buy one. I don't know why. I don't think it's a good investment in either my sanity, my time, and certainly not in my future. That it's not like it's a moneymaker for sure. So that's your Spanish. How's your Japanese? Oh my God, so bad. I'm not ready. I have not been doing my Duolingo at all. I've got some like basic phrases, but I need to like have them in front of me. So bad. How much does the Rockabilly weigh in at? Rockabilly is lighter than the Jimmy's, and the Jimmy's was just under 7 pounds. So I think the Rockabilly is probably like 6.5. Whatever it was deemed legal for We Rock, that's how heavy it is. Yes, I have that, Mike, all set and ready to go. We don't leave for a few weeks. Not until October. Middle of October. Yeah, I was tempted until I saw the price. Exactly, Craig. That thing is stupid expensive for what it is. Tokyo, I'm not worried about. But we're going to Tokyo, Osaka, Kyoto, Hiroshima, and I think back to Tokyo after that. It's going to be a while. I missed a Blind Guy super sticker. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Very kind of you. Practice ducking. Yes, I think my height will probably be a problem there. New AirPods don't have a translation for Japanese yet. They're going to roll that out slowly, but I think I'm going to get those for Rebecca for her birthday anyway. Just in case they have Japanese by then. Because that would be pretty sick. Know anyone that makes graphic wraps for crawlers? Yeah. Freaky Skins does that. So do that. Freaky Skins. FreeQESKINZ. Just flew home from Reno with my H10. I was all worried about flying with it for no reason. Super small. Yeah, got nothing to worry about. Put your LiPos in a bag, tape the connectors to the LiPo battery, put them in a LiPo bag, bring them as carry-on, take your batteries out of your transmitter. No batteries in the truck, obviously. Carry it on as carry-on. They'll put it through the X-ray machine. Lick it, stick it, see you later, bye. The thing about this is, with the AirPods doing the translation, they translate into your ear, and then you say something, and you show them your phone, and it'll transcribe what you just said into Japanese on the phone. So great. Super jealous. I'm super excited because Tamiya USA is helping me communicate with Tamiya Japan, and I'm getting, hopefully, a special private tour that isn't part of the regular museum tour. So that would be wild cool. And I'll film whatever I can. This kind of feels like a replay of Wednesday's live stream. Yes, because it's quiet and there's a lot less arguing with Josh. Yeah. I want to know how many RC10s are actually selling. People seem to love them in the video comments. Yeah, but that could be the same 12 people. Stop. I can only get so aroused. I'll tell you all about it. I'll share as much as I can. But yeah, back to RC10s for a minute. I thought, I was like, I have to find that Masami RC10 right now because that's going to sell out. They're not going to have hundreds of those, and you can still buy them now. So it's 6 times better without Josh. He hasn't even checked in, that scum. Too busy building planes, as I showed everybody earlier in the other stream. There he is, building a plane like a doofus. Yeah, big day for him. I wonder if he's actually going to fly it tonight. I should ask him. I'll ask him right now. You flying that thing tonight? See what he says. Where can the files for the IJ be found? Hi, Thomas. You can find them on umagine.com. Type in project space IJ. Come right up. Comes from a guy named RC Must DIY. He was on Reef's live stream. Yes, he did check in on Reef's. I watched that, but not live. I missed it for whatever reason. Oh my God, test flight. Oh, we got to share this. Remove. Can I do this? I can present a video, right? I should be able to do that. Hang on here. Present video file. Yes, we're watching this together. Well, it's up. It looks too easy to fly. Nice windless day there. Who's operating the camera? They're not zooming in. That's all we get. That's all we get of that. Ridiculous. Masami out of stock now. Oh. How's that Land Cruiser going? Do I have to show that again? Kenny, you must have missed the insiders where we just showed that off. Or you just showed up and you missed it entirely. It's not, nothing has changed. It's the same shell that it was the last time I showed it. There it is. Much work required. I was lazy because I hate resin printing. Now the latest printer is working so well with a specific type of resin. It only really, like this resin, the Creator Super Clear resin, works so well. It's amazing. Anyway, I'll start working on that again, I guess, sometime soon. He probably has it on baby mode. And that was the last time Josh cared about RC crawling. I hope we don't lose him to flying planes. It's the worst. I mean, if I were good at flight, I would probably do it more often, but I suck at it. Maybe I should get a plane, though. Should I get the same plane? I feel like I should get the same. Cut out right before the crash. Exactly. How many hours of printing for an IJ on a bamboo? Not a lot. It went pretty quick. Like, why don't you just show me the IJ? That's a great idea. Let me put my ripper away. By the way, because I'm a huge nerd, I still have the original sticker that came with the ripper when you get it. And a nice gentleman sent me a tiny little box, and that's the same box the ripper came in too, just a plain white box. Crazy, huh? Nerd! Where's that IJ at? Here you are. We'll swap cameras so you can see it clearly. Pow. There we go. When you look at the whole thing, now we've got all my beers over here. I didn't even finish this one before I opened the other one. For the body itself, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 parts, give or take, for the body. Cage is another 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces. Tube doors are another file. The side panels are very quick because they're very narrow. The sliders and bumpers, I'd say probably all in all, I want to say like maybe 15 hours total, which isn't very much. All the chassis pieces are a super quick print too. I think it was like 6 hours for those. And then you get a full freaking Jeep, man. I mean, you know, it's not a Jeep, but it's basically a Jeep. I absolutely, like, I love this thing so much. It looks great. It performs really great too, despite being a ABS printed hard body. I built this on the VS410 builder's kit, straight axle builder's kit, and then I swapped out for the D44s, which are great. On this builder's kit that I got too, these are all the updated shock parts too. So I've done a bunch of driving. I shot a driving video of this week up at Rattlesnake, and not a single leak on any of those shocks. They're clean as a whistle, which is such great news. I'm so happy that Vanquish fixed those shocks, because they're good. They're good shocks. Anyone can take off. We want to see the landing. That's true. I will say that right now. My viewers want to see the landing. Dogfight time. Yeah, maybe I should get a plane. What's next? Flying cars? You suck at it because you don't practice it. I have the sim. Nate, I have Real Flight, and I used it all the time. I got pretty good at it, let me tell you. But I don't know. There's just something about it I don't love for whatever reason. I don't know why. I don't know. Just that guy, I guess. Do the jorts translate to the flying part of the... I'm sure they do. Drink them faster. I know. A flying crawler. Problem is weight. Don't get a plane. Get the rest of that stuff. Get a plane and paint it. SBG edition. Yeah, does the Capra falling off a cliff count? I mentioned that in one of the videos that I shot while I was there at Rattlesnake. Oh, we have a video. We have a video. He sent the same video again. Oh, well, maybe it's a different video. Hang on. Remove from studio. Video file. If this isn't a landing. Wow, he landed it. Barely. I want to see that again. That was a little rough. He goes, that was the rough one. Yeah, no kidding. But he did land it. So that's landing it, I guess. RC Truckin' Guy, thank you very much. Watched your old Cricut mask video, helped a lot. That's good. I'm glad that it helped. If you have a Cricut, great. If you don't, I think I'm going to get a new video and got a video of Brandon eating sushi. I would say the H2D does a better job of cutting decals now than a Cricut does. I hope I didn't forget if it was his birthday. I'm working on Project Blue Steel right now. Oh, excellent. Yeah, that's Matt's IJ. The little IJ seems too complicated, so I just bought a real LJ and built it instead. My wallet loved it. Apex, I'm not going to be at Proline by the fire. The timing of it this year sucks. It's so bad. It's not going to work for me at all, unfortunately. Which really makes me sad, because I love it. When are we going to build something with our Suggas? Very soon. Very soon, Frank. I have a VRD carbon sitting here that needs a body. So I think I'll do that one in plaid. I have to build, obviously I've got to build new mounts for that body, for that chassis, but that's fine. I don't mind doing that. And then I'll probably do something with the other one. I don't know what yet. Everyone lands once. What a sushi platter that is. There's a lot of cream cheese in there. What a weirdo. I built a couple IJs, but I need my chassis for another rig. I also need to get new VP shock caps. Yes, they are great. No leaking. Really impressed with those. Thinking about what to do with my Sugga body. Been thinking of an RC everyday build with it. That would be cool. Absolutely. It's like a sort of a rat rod inspired. Amphibious crawler. Cross RC has that 8x8. It's sort of like it is an amphibious vehicle. I so want that. I want to buy that so badly, but I know it's going to be disappointing. So I don't know if I can do that one. Any word on helicopters? Not a dang thing. I think they ditched me. I think it was like, we want to send you a helicopter, but we want to send you the $40 one, not the $1,400 one. This is a good point. I don't get flying. It's like bashing, just a few minutes of going back and forth, and then you need to fix it. It does sound very true. That's very true. Yeah, that was bouncing it, not landing. That was just falling. I'll send... Definitely a Josh landing, 100%. Probably Brandon landing that one. He is a little trigger happy, but not as much as Josh. Oh, there he is. 2 landings, no damage, boom. He's probably not watching anymore now. He just pops in to do that, and then he's off again. First time catching a live in a while. Hello, fellas. Hello, Ferris. And I'm all caught up. Now what are we going to do? What time is it? 10:30? Oh my gosh. Okay, we're not going to be on for much longer, I don't think. Because it's Friday night. You should do other things other than stand here and listen to a ding-dong talk. What can we do? Let's do some styrene work real quick. I've got this bed. And I think, Matt, much to your chagrin, I'm leaving that bed bent as it is. Because I like it like that. I think it adds character. I know, 2 solo lives in 1 week. I feel so lonely. Let's get some of the styrene goodness out here, and then we'll switch over to the other camera. I'll show you some tips and tricks. Tips and tricks. Hopefully this other camera is still working. What man you putting in that IJ? I had... oh no, my snowman. I had... what's his face here? This Mr. Man. Stan Lee driving him around in the video. So yeah. He's a happy fella, isn't he? That's true. I'm not alone when I'm surrounded by you guys. Thank you very much for hanging out with me tonight. This is always fun. The CFCV has a bend to it, and that's okay. Quirks and features. You imagine some cool stuff that you can print that will drop right on, too. Yeah, that's true. It's no fun if we can't smell the MEK. Hopefully my slurry hasn't dried out here. Let's swap over. Oh, Twisted Skullworks, thank you very much. Is there a 5th Gen 4Runner body that can be printed? Yes! I did one ages ago. Who made that body? I don't know. I can't remember right now. That might have been a MFAB body, actually, the one I did. But you can get them on Cults. There's definitely one on Cults, and there's definitely one on CG Trader. MFAB did the one that I did, but yeah. All right, swapping cams. Yes. So here's the bed that Matt printed for me. This one is, please tell me it's ABS GF. It's very rough. It hasn't been sanded yet. But he did a nice job of gluing it together for the most part. No, you did fine. It's not movie quality, but it's fine. And in this jar here, this is where I keep my MEK slurry, which is stuck to the lid. One moment, please. It's all hard. Okay, that won't work today. That sucks for me. What you would do typically is you would take this slurry, which is just dissolved styrene and MEK in a jar that you let sit, and it dissolves down the styrene and makes this kind of goop. And then you use like a stick or a toothpick or whatever to put that goop into the areas that you want to fill. For example, I'm going to want to fill these gas cap doors because on my truck, on the CUCV, it was an older gen and it didn't have these. It was just a cap, basically. So what I would do is I'd fill in these gaps. And you don't have to use styrene slurry, but the advantage to using this stuff is that you're filling with the same material that you've printed or built in. So that way it's all the same stuff. It doesn't shrink like most fillers do. It's fantastic. It just bonds directly to it, so it's really super easy to sand afterwards. Yeah, it's kind of like, it's been my go-to since Pardon My Noob showed me that. And that was a long time ago. So anyway, you'd fill that, and then you'd sand it down, and then you'd have a nice smooth surface to work with again, and then you could build your door cap or your gas cap on top of that. I may do it a little differently on this bed if I intend to actually. You know what? I gotta do it because Matt sent it to me. It'd be rude not to. But what I'm gonna do, I forget. Did you win Best of Show? Rude. But Matt is a very excellent builder. Did you update your thread with final pictures of your truck? You should. Yeah, this definitely needs new MEK, and it will probably need 24 hours to get goopy again. So we're definitely not going to be able to do that tonight, unfortunately. But another technique you might be able to use is you could actually fill this with styrene rod. If you had rods small enough to fit into those gaps, that's something you could use as well. I probably do, because I have a lot of styrene scraps and such. So let me do a quick search through what I've got, see if there's anything appropriate. So much styrene. I've literally got enough styrene in here to last me a lifetime. I also got, I used to buy it by the 4x8 sheet. So I had very literally styrene for days. Now I should have some in this. This is my scrap styrene bin. Always handy to keep these because you just never know when you might need a very small piece of a very specific size in a very specific width. Oh, jackpot. just a small piece like that, that will do us very well for today. GSRC92, interested in selling that Spektrum IXSR? Well, I don't feel comfortable selling it to anybody because the battery is severely compromised, and it's compromised by the software. I don't know what's going on with that, but it is not working the way it should, which is very annoying to me. But here, let me show you this process right now. Thank you for the super chat, though, GS. You can DM me on Instagram. We can chat about it for sure. Oh my God. One of the girls dressed up as reverse cowgirl for work for Halloween. She just wore all of her cowgirl clothes backwards, which we thought was very funny. How about plastic welding with your prison? Oh, with my Proxon? Oh, yeah, that's right. I remember I did that. Yes, you have to have scraps. Why didn't anyone get the Coyote? Because they didn't have any at the time. They had their promotional video ones, and that was it. This might even be too thick, but we're going to try and make it work. For science. So what you would do is to fill a gap here, you actually just squeeze this in. I might actually thin this a little bit by sanding it quickly. All this work. See, this is why styrene work has like gone the way of the dodo. It takes so long. Just literally sanding this down a little bit. Just so it fits in the gap a little bit better. If I had, I could obviously, you could find thinner sheets of styrene, but I just want to use this piece because I've already found it and it's already out. But just find the space that this needs to go into. And we're just going to be kind of rough about it today, but we'll trim that there. Then we'll apply a liberal dollop of MEK into that gap. This is when Matt tells me this isn't ABS. And then we just squeeze this piece in. Thusly. Just like that. And what we'll do is we'll go around the whole perimeter. And then we've got a nice smooth surface that we can start sanding. These gaps on the side are a bit narrower. But that's the idea. Then you can just go in and sand that. And since this is ABS, I will probably do this with power tools. This little Fuel Milwaukee brushless sander is a game changer. 4 speeds, a light, little locking mechanism so you don't have to hold it down the whole time. This thing is wild good. Multiple grits available in their papers as well. It's awesome for hobbying. Highly recommend it. Anyway, you can see how that's cleaned out and smoothed that whole surface, and it's basically halfway filled already. Just like that. Styrene work. It's fun and time consuming. But, you know, it's also kind of worth it because you can honestly, you can do anything with styrene. And if you don't have a 3D printer, this is how you build. This is how you build everything. Interiors, full bodies. It's been a long time since I've done a full styrene body, but I'm kind of itching to do it again. And I might do that. Who knows? Have you ever watched MXC? I don't think I have. That channel doesn't sound familiar. How about plastic welding with your bougie Dremel? But so is the hobby. Fun and time consuming. Exactly. And that's the whole point. good things come to those who wait, and good things aren't overnight. Even with any of the 3D printed builds that I've done, there is still so much work that goes into them to make them decent in terms of like, yes, you can print a body and you can throw it on a chassis and say you're done, but there's all those other levels that you can take and actually sand and prime and paint and really make these look like a finished build that came off a factory. And that's where I think there's a lot of differentiation. Like, people who bash, typically, from what I've seen, don't have the same sort of goals. Like, they're not looking to build this. Just like the people who build this typically aren't the same people that want to bash. They don't want to wreck stuff. So I think there's a lot of flavors in this hobby, and it's all about sort of finding your balance and finding the thing that you really like, finding the thing that you want to do and that you get good at. So lots of different strokes for different folks. I need to build a styrene body again, but I need an excuse to. It's almost like we should do some sort of build-off on the forum again. Styrene Builds brought me the channel, exactly. And, you know, up until recently, that's all that most people could do. There wasn't an option to 3D print. 3D printing has really changed this hobby in a lot of good ways and a lot of bad ways too, but, you know, I feel like it's gone away because there's constant pressure to finish projects and put content. If you want to gain any traction, it's relentless. Unless you're like me, and the goal isn't really to build a channel at like a fantastic rate. Like, my numbers don't go up very quickly. I've been at this for a long time, and while I am thoroughly thankful of all of the accolades and, you know, awards on the wall and stuff, that's awesome. It's really great. But for me, I still want to share and I still want to do stuff. And I think, luckily for me, I have what's on the bench as the motivation for finishing projects. So I can actually show a finished project every once in a while. But there is so much that goes into any of these projects. And to be fair, I haven't even really built at the same level as most of the people who are showing up in concourse events now. Like, it's wild what people are doing. And if you were a member, and I'm pretty sure that I'm going to put this video public because I want other people to see this event and want to come to it. But at URCA, this event here, URCA, the concourse event was one of the best I've ever seen. And the bar just keeps getting higher and higher and higher. So I still think there's a lot of room for a lot of people to find joy in this hobby. And I think that it's not necessarily about, for me anyway, getting things done quickly. It's about getting things done right. Quality over quantity. Exactly. Thank you, Amos. Can we do Fords this time? Well, we can do anything you like. I think we'll just make it sort of like a styrene-based build. Like, there has to be like a scratch-built component. Maybe that's how we make it easy. What made you come up with the whole Lexan accident sign? Well, there was a time when I was like, I want to be creative. I want to do something fun. I saw this like accident sign, and I was like, ooh, I can make that for Lexan, and then it would be a fun sort of, you know, kinetic piece of art that can constantly change every time I work with Lexan. And the rules of that are loose at best, but I try to stay pretty faithful to it. It's all just fun, really. And there was one year that I was like, this is a no Lexan year. I'm not doing any Lexan. And of course, like 6 Lexan builds later. Just got to remember to build for yourself. Exactly. Your fine gives me something to watch for my $4.99. Thanks. Just jorking Pete and taking names. Oh my God. Jeremiah Solberg, thank you very much. I don't really like painting a body unless it's doing that patina look with salt and water. And yeah, I mean, there are lots of variations on what levels of paint you can do. Like, sometimes I'm in a mood, I want to do a rusty, cruddy old truck. Dents, dings. You know, that's why Darla exists, right? Like, Darla was built after a real truck, mostly. And I wanted to duplicate all the crappy bits that were on that truck. So I did. All the dents are in the same places. The paint, for the most part, is all chipped in the same place. Painting on the shackles, like, that's all what Joanne's truck looked like. Garbage. But in a cool way, right? So, you know, it's all about, sometimes for me, it's like, I want to build something old and crusty and gross. And other times it's like, I want to build something really shiny. And I think there's enough variety there in terms of the different types of paint finishes that keep you plenty busy for a long time. Polaroids, that's right, the guy at Scale Polaroids of my girlfriends. Your channel indirectly got me back into static model building. Plastic and painting part is fun on its own. Absolutely, 100%. I'm working on a static model right now myself of this Toyota BZ4X or BZ4X, which is not necessarily the most interesting model, but once it's all done, you'll see why. So yeah, that was a resin print, which was very fun. Filament options really open the door for fun builds. Funny you mentioned that, Josh. Your IJ is probably one of the best I've ever seen, because Josh used a metal-infused filament that has actually gotten rusty over time. You know what? I have to print with this stuff. Is it ABS based, Josh? Can you remind me? Or is it just like a PLA with metal in it? Let me know, because if it's ABS based, I think that would be wild to like fully paint and detail and sand properly, and then like as it scratches for realsies, it will get rusty. That would be so wild. Still have your last build, the Volvo lunchbox looking thing? Do you mean the tiny one? This guy? Because I still have this. Oh wait, you mean the C303? Yes, that I still have. But this is all 3D printed. There's nothing really unique about this build, other than it's paint, patina, if you will. Another Vanquish build. It's quite a popular chassis platform, right? Anyway, yeah, I'm quite happy with this one. It turned out pretty good. It drives really well. I really like driving it. Despite what it looks like, you would be like, oh, this has got a really high center of gravity. This can't be good. But it is. It's really great. It's a really fun build. I'm in there again, being me, doing my thing. And yeah, it's a very fun one. I like this truck a lot. That's another Umagine project. So if you are itching to do a new project, or you want to try some stuff, that would be one to do. It's a very easy print, and it slaps itself very nicely. What is stopping this thing? There we go. Very easy to put together. Chicken coops in the backyard, where it's supposed to be. The raccoons hate it, though. They keep knocking it over. I really thought I wanted to be an IG sensation about 5 years ago and realized how much work was involved. Now I just build for myself, and if others want to follow, come on and watch. That's, yeah, and I've been very fortunate that some videos and some reels and some stuff has blown up on Instagram for me over the years, and I've gained a pretty amazing following, which is really, really super cool, but all organic. Like, I didn't ever go into it with like, I've got to treat this like a business, because that's absolutely the wrong way to do it. That's a great way to kill a hobby. Treat it like a business and it's over. 100%. Sorry, Josh is chirping at me. What's the best way of doing dents on a Lexan body? You can try heat. That's probably the best way to do it, but you gotta be really careful. I would practice a bunch on on scrap pieces of Lexan. That's what I would try it out first. Heat, and then I use a rock generally. Like truly, I just have a nice selection of rocks that if I want a good dent, I'll heat up a panel and then just hit it with the rock. And then it gets a pretty realistic looking dent on it. Any rock will do. Doesn't have to be like this kind, whatever this one is. It could be one of these. If you have one of these rocks around, this will work as well. If you don't have one of these rocks though, you can also use like something like this one would work too. But if this one's more common probably, and it's a little more pointy, which is good. But you don't have that, you can also try one of these. It's got like some quartz in it. That's probably a good one to use as well. Any of those rocks are fine. The only rock I wouldn't suggest using is this one, mostly because it's foam. It's just a foam rock from RPP Hobby. Our service rocks. It's a fun little toy. Is there a project that you'd like to revisit with the advances in printing in the Carvera Air? Funny, I don't know that there is. Not that I have currently anyway. But what my goal is with the Carvera is to try to use it on every single truck that I build. I want to do something with the Carvera. HTPLA. Okay, well that'll still work. That'll work. Still ever run brush setups? Absolutely, yeah. The C303 is a brushed truck. What else is brushed? CUCV, also brushed. I think Darla might be brushed as well. That might actually be a 2-in-1. Yeah, I still use brushed motors all the time. There's definitely a place for them still. And sometimes it's just nice to buy something that's not super expensive. Like you don't need I have a bunch of homes, but you don't need homes. Everything just works great, brushless. And brushed, I mean, sorry. They make a filament that is electrically conductive. You can make a taser truck. Touch my truck. I dare you. We have to take those Volvos out again. Yes, we do, Kenny. Kenny, maybe you could pop out for if Axial sends me a coyote, maybe we could go do the Devil's Butt Crack together. Do you ever go through seasons of wanting to get out of the hobby altogether? Not once have I ever said, I'm done with this hobby. Never. There's always something new to build. There's always something new to try. There's always a limit to be pushed. And there's a lot of things I haven't done that I really still want to. Rivian is tomorrow. Rivian test drive is tomorrow. Oh, you're here too. Josh, great. I haven't seen you actually check in. You could do that. I recently started making more videos for my YouTube channel, just doing it for fun. Show where I'm out here on the road as a long haul trucker. Been driving my tiny trucks for exercise. That's a great way to get out and get some time. Porsche would be an excellent vehicle to revisit. There's a few pieces on there that I can already... Didn't we talk about that? Didn't I say I was going to redo the bell crank on the Carvera? We need to talk about that. We need to talk about that for sure. You had me at butt crack. Is this still a hobby to you or a job? No, I have a full-time job, Mike. I'm, like I said, film editor, 7 days a week sometimes. Yeah. So, no. Do I treat this like a job? Not really. There are deadlines, obviously. I think when manufacturers send me stuff for review, I like to have my review out on the release day because that makes the most sense to get it out as soon as possible. But is it a job? No. It's still very much a hobby that I very much enjoy. I don't know what I would do if I wasn't doing this. I'll tell you that much. Well, it's 10:55. I'm going to shut this off at 11 o'clock, which I think is fair. We didn't do anything, really. We did a tiny, minute portion of styrene building. It was mostly just a goof off. And I gotta say, I am all right with that. This was good. This was a good way to sort of spend some time with y'all. Very good. Probably trains. Yeah, I could see, if I had the space, I would definitely get back into trains. But that's like a retirement thing. I think trains are great for very young and very old people. Because you don't have to go far. You can get a ladder to get on top of your layout if you need to. Yeah, trains are fun. I like trains. I always have. That's what got me into this hobby in a roundabout way. My grandfather got me a train set, but he did like a full 4x8 layout for me and kind of let me just do my thing. So I was constantly rearranging the track, constantly making buildings. It was all in styrene too. Like that's where I learned a lot of the styrene techniques. So, ooh, N scale. See, now we're talking. That's almost too small for me, I think. Can you imagine how much less interesting Matt would be if he did trains instead? Oh. Well, I wouldn't... See, that's the thing. I wouldn't share trains. Trains is for my own personal enjoyment by myself, not for the YouTubes. Your dad has a full O gauge? Good Lord. That's space galore. HO scale is the only scale. I mean, that's what I'm familiar with. Scale Choo-Choo Guild. Oh my God. Would you like to come to the basement for a popsicle and see my trains? Yeah. That's where you're wrong, Josh. Twains for the win. Just like Jork and his peanuts. I'd like to see Darla on one of the devil's body parts. Yeah, we could do that. Oh, speaking of leaf springs, when I did the IJ Peanuts drive, I also drove the leaf springs, the leaf merchant, metal merchant. His name is Leaf Merchant, right? I took that CJ out at the same time, so doing the same sort of areas. So that'll be a fun video. I have to cut that at some point. Scale construction in the basement is for me. That's merchant metal fab. That's it. Thank you. All right, 10:58. Get your final questions in. We're shutting her down. A working railroad work truck could be cool for garden scale. Oh, garden scale is where it's at. If I had space for that, that's what I would do. Darla was at Silver Creek last year. That's right. Were you there for that? I feel like you were. But yeah, I guess that's going to do it. Let me thank some people. Thanks to these ding-dongs for being members. D'Artagnan, MJ Georgie, Racing Case, and 949s for becoming a ding-dong. Thank you for joining. Jersey Scaler. And then let's thank some people. Blind Guy RC, D'Artagnan, Daniel Hartman, RC Truckin' Guy, Twisted Skull Works RC, GSRC92, and Jeremiah Solberg. Thank you, everybody. Much appreciated. Have a great weekend, everyone. If you see me on the live stream on Wednesday and it's in this studio, you know I didn't buy a Rivian. Have a great weekend. Love you. Bye.